In fact, downstairs was already being prepared for the noise that would seriously start when the rest of the materials were delivered. Cable, plaster, buckets and tools were already strewn about. The complete silence for tonight was interrupted only by my thoughts. That bedroom would be my one source of retreat for months. A whimsical wrought iron daybed that I'd brought from my old apartment was serving in that bedroom. The wooden floor had been freshly polished. Some cozy rugs, an old rustic dresser with mirror, a table and armchairs gave the room a country style. Fresh pastel walls and floral chintz pillows finished up the look. I lay there pondering how bizarre it was the way my inheritance had come about. Just before I drifted off, I wondered to what extent life in the next world influences ours. I woke for no reason just past midnight. Not fully awake, I sluggishly realized I'd woken up and wondered why. I carefully listened for noises in the house. A few seconds later I felt a shock of frigid air make contact with my head. What was about to become a mass of frigid air initiated itself. It started to make an entrance through the outer wall, sustaining movement through the wall, then gradually drifting downwards along my body. I noticed immediately that it affected only my left side. With methodical precision, it continued lengthwise along my body towards my feet. The accuracy of its transition was astounding. It was obviously premeditated and deliberate. The coldness of the temperature was so intense there was no doubt it was supernatural. In a mild shock, I sat up and considered the event. I was not aware that intense cold is a signature of the devil. The fellow had arrived, and as required had let me know. If I didn't know how to interpret the signal, this wasn't his problem. He'd followed the rules. Outside the air was still over 80 degrees. Only the pious accept the supernatural willingly in their lives. Everyone else falls back on their pride, an emotion many of us interpret as reason. Stepping out into the hallway, I was surprised how sweltering it was even with the windows open at both ends of the house. Walking down the hall, I expected to feel at least some cross breeze. Instead, the night air was completely still. What was obvious, however, was the missing feeling of dread. Relieved by this, I retreated back to my cooler bedroom. Before closing the door behind me, I inexplicably listened one more time for sounds in the house. Reason made me suspect there was something there, but I heard only the hush of a summer night. I'd always wondered what a supernatural encounter would feel like. Well, here it was. It felt like nothing had ever happened. It only left me with questions. Why would a spirit have